you ready?
Yep.
Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you here tonight. We are David and Heather Warden from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful, hot July day. It is muy caliente here. For those of you that speak Spanish, I don't speak it very well, but I do know muy caliente. So thanks everyone for hopping on. And we are very excited to have you on here tonight, especially for those of you that are new, because about a year ago, we got introduced to a little piece of technology, a little wearable piece of technology called X39. And it has not just changed our lives, it has given us our life back. You know, here, this technology, oh, it's life-changing, but we believe that it's life-giving. And so we got a phone call about a year ago from a good friend of ours, Mike and Sahi Hernandez. And I'll never forget it because I was on the golf course. We were visiting my parents, and the phone just started ringing, hang up, ring, just calling back. And he finally sent me a text and he said, bro, I'm going to blow your phone up until either you block me or you call me back. It's that important. I need to talk to you. And so, you know, we're good friends. We've done business together in the past. So of course, you know, I said, hey, I'm on the golf course. I'll give you a call as soon as I get off. And so I give him a call and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he said, hey, do you know anything about stem cell technology? And actually, at the time, I was reading a book by Mr. Tony Robbins. For those of you that know Tony Robbins, been following him since 1993. But anyway, I was reading his book, his newest book called Life Force. And this whole book is all about stem cell technology and so stem cell therapies, but mainly stem cell injections. And so when he asked me if I knew anything about stem cells, I said, well, actually, yeah, I'm reading this book, so I do know a little bit about it. And I said, you know, it's very expensive though. And he said, well, you know, what if I showed you a way that you could reactivate your own stem cells without injecting yourself, pain-free, totally non-invasive, non-transdermal, not sending anything into the blood, and very, very affordable. Would you be open to it? And I was like, well, absolutely. And I said, because at the time I had some knee pain and some low back pain. I'd hurt my knee in the gym doing squats, but I had low back pain for probably 10 years, not debilitating back pain, but it was enough to where I've been over and tie my shoe that I felt it, I moaned. And so I was definitely willing to give this product a try. And so he said he would send me some samples, but, you know, Heather, when I told her about it, she just said, well, you know, you told me that he said it offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. So why don't we just go ahead and order some? And, you know, we can always send it back if we don't like it. So we ended up, and I'm so glad that we did, which we'll get into all that, but it has been life-giving, not just life-changing. So we got asked tonight to come on here and share our story, share the message of hope, the message of just changing your life in a positive way. So our hope and prayer tonight is that we can speak into your lives, that we can bless you with a little bit of time here tonight, and hopefully show you what we're so excited about, give you just enough information to where maybe you can make a decision to think, you know what, maybe I should try these products. So if you're new here tonight, reach out to the person that invited you here tonight and tell them thank you very much. And so hopefully we're going to try to live up, you know, people, we have different people that do these Zooms weekly, you know, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursday in Spanish, Friday at lunch, and every speaker just crushes it. So we're always like nervous. We're like, oh, please, God, let us be able to do just as good as everyone else does, because we're just so just impressed by everyone that does these Zooms. But it's the belief level, and we totally have that belief level. So hopefully it will go from your head to your heart, because a lot of people think logically, but you know, they actually make a decision from their heart, you know. So hopefully you will hear you'll feel what we're saying tonight. And this, if you try this product, use this product, it is going to give you your life back. And so who's ready to get their life back? Who's ready to get some more energy? Who's ready to get their sleep back? Who's ready to have aches and pains just disappear? So there's all kinds of things that what we're about to share with you can do for you. And it's so different, because some people it happens very quickly, and other people it takes, you know, a month or 2 months. And so your body is different than my body, but I heard David Schmidt say one time, this product works for everyone. Whether you feel it or not, it is working for you. So there are a lot of different testimonies, and we can keep you on here all night. Matter of fact, we've got some excellent testimonies that we're going to share with you tonight. Two good friends of ours that we're super excited to have come on and share their testimony, what it has done for them. So let's go ahead and get into this night. And so the first thing that we want to ask you is, have you been patched? And hopefully, if you've been around for a while, you have been. Hopefully that somebody that shared this Zoom with you tonight, hopefully they shared some patches with you and you've been patched. And if you haven't, reach out to them and say, hey, give me some patches. I heard Mike say, you just need to walk around like a 5-year-old putting stickers on everyone. And if you do that, you'll give them their life back. So that's this little patch, this little X39 is a stem cell reactivation patch. And we're going to get into why you would want to wear X39. So I didn't know this at the time. As we age, we have fewer and fewer stem cells that are active in our body. And so, everything really, the aging process really kind of starts around 30. You may not really see it yet or feel it yet because, hey, you look pretty good still at 30. But once you hit about 60, you can see on the graph here that you've lost almost all of your stem cell activity at 60. And that's when everything starts to head south. Energy, sleep, you bump yourself, you bruise real easy, you cut yourself, it takes forever to heal. But when a kid cuts themselves, they heal in 2 days. It's like the cut's completely gone. So this is why you want to wear X39, because of your stem cell activity. And you put this little patch on your body and it begins to reactivate your own stem cells. And so hundreds of millions of people are experiencing the aging process. And the baby boomer generation is really, my parents, they're really experiencing that. And my mom, she's loving the patch. She's been wearing it now for almost a year. August will be 1 year. And she said, I'll never be without this patch. It is just, I just feel better. She didn't really have any pain, but she absolutely loves it. So let's go to the next slide here. And we'll, unless you got something you want to share.
Well, I just want to say the testimonies are one of my favorite parts about the business, and hearing them every day come in, it never gets old. And just like David was saying about his mom and even myself, I'll be 49 this year. And my doctor had told me, it's just, I was slowing down and I was having some aches and pains, and that's just normal as you get older. And so as we're talking tonight with you about this patch, just don't accept that getting older has to mean you have no energy anymore and you're not sleeping well anymore. Those are all fixable things.
49 and looking fine. Yes, you are. All right. So how does X39 work? Well, it's only about the size of a quarter. I've got one on right here. I'll turn around and show you. Should just be holding one up. But it looks like a little round white Band-Aid. And so you're probably thinking, how could that little thing do so much for your body? Well, really, it's just a piece of technology. It's a wearable technology. It is a tool. But what it does is it elevates what's called the GHK-Cu. Now, Cu is copper on the element chart. So GHK-Cu is a copper peptide. So what's in the patch? Well, there's nothing there's no stem cells that are in the patch. It's reactivating your own stem cells. It's not putting anyone else's stem cells into your body. And it's just made of little nano organic crystals, which is made up of like amino acid, salt, sugar. That's all it is. But it kind of acts like a mirror. So when you put this patch on your body, it's body heat activated. And so we all produce infrared light, so if I walked outside in pitch dark and you looked at me or anyone through night vision goggles, we would be glowing because we are light beings. We produce infrared light. So the patch just simply acts as a mirror. When you put it anywhere on your body, you can literally stick it anywhere on your body, and it will begin to kind of reflect that light, that infrared light that we all produce, back into the body. And when you do that, it begins to reactivate your own stem cells and a more youthful stem cell. It's also resetting about a third of your genes every time you put one on. So that's why it's able to reactivate a youthful stem cell. So you've got dormant stem cells, it's reactivating those as well, but it's also reactivating a youthful stem cell. So let's move on. All right, so the company is called LifeWave. Now, this is a 9-year-old company. Matter of fact, I think November, they're going to be 20 years old. This is like a 19-year-old best kept secret in this industry. And so this company did about $20 million a year from 2004 till probably 2020. And then they launched X39, the stem cell reactivation patch. And so in the last 2 years, they've gone from doing about 20 million a year to last year doing 280 million. And I believe that they're going to hit just over $400 million in 2023. So that tells me something. That tells me that this patch works. Now, let me tell you what the patch does not do. It does not treat, cure, mitigate anything. This is just simply resetting your body, elevating that copper peptide, and what God created, your body wants to heal itself. So when you reactivate your own stem cells, it's your body that's doing all the healing. So, and so anyway, that's kind of what, I think that's what's made the company grow so quickly in the last couple of years, because you have a product that truly does work for so many people, and it's open in 75 countries. So to me, there's a huge opportunity there. So this, you see, is David Schmidt. He's our CEO. He's the founder. You know, he doesn't come from this industry. He's a scientist. He's an inventor. Matter of fact, his goal was to, I think he said his uncle was an inventor, and he had all these patents. And he said as a kid, I think he was 8 years old, and he knew that he wanted to be an inventor, and he wanted to be able to beat his uncle with how many patents. And I think his uncle had like 100 patents at the time. And now David Schmidt said, I've lost count. I know I've got over 130. But he's also, as you see on here, the 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award for the International Hall of Fame. And so the guy's a genius. You know, we got to spend some time with David Schmidt down in West Palm Beach at Steve and Gina's house, and just got to have dinner with him and just to hear his heart and his vision. This is what excites me of what he has coming for everyone. This X39 patch has obviously stolen the show. It has been the star of the show for the last couple of years. But David Schmidt, his vision goes way beyond. So the future of LifeWave is huge. And so, you know, one thing that makes this product so good is because it is patented. And so, you know, they got the patent, I believe it was in July of 2020. So coming up on 3 years. And so this is what, you know, kind of proves that it actually does work. You cannot get a patent on a product unless you prove what it's doing and that no one else has ever done it before. And so this is what really intrigued me about LifeWave when Mike and Sahi called us. For one, I wanted to use the product because I already was reading about stem cell therapies. And to me, they were saying that that was the future of medicine. So I was absolutely willing to try the product. But kind of when you look at it from maybe a business standpoint, to me, it was like, okay, here's a product that no one else has. This product is only sold through LifeWave. And the only way you can get it is if someone tells you about it, word of mouth, and they refer you, and you know, you can go on and purchase. And so it's what I like about that is no one else has it. It's super unique. It's not another what we call a me too product. You know, there are plenty of companies out there that have phenomenal products, phenomenal supplements, maybe a phenomenal collagen or makeup or skincare or CBD. They may have the best of one of those categories, but you're also competing with Costco, with Walmart, with GNC. And let's face it, those companies do multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns. So it's pretty tough for you as an individual to be able to compete, to be able to outmarket Walmart or Costco. So for us, this made complete sense when we looked at it kind of from a business standpoint, that it was not another Me Too product, because it's really hard for an individual, especially if you're brand new at this. It's really hard for you to be able to, you're always having to try to prove why your product is better. But if they can just go to Costco and GNC or wherever and pick it up, you know, a consumer is just going to go do that. It's easier to just go in there and pick it up. So for us, that made total sense. So what can happen when you start wearing the patches? Well, there's all kinds of benefits that you can see, benefits that you can feel, and maybe benefits that you don't even feel. And so one of the biggest ones that a lot of people notice is rapid pain relief. That was what I noticed. So I told you before, I had knee pain and I had low back pain. Now, Some people are what you call one patch wonders. Like you put a patch on and literally within hours, like they've noticed their pain relief has gone way, their pain has gone way down. Well, for me, it was about 2 days on my knee, but I was very impressed with that. I was super excited. So then I started wearing it for my low back pain. I put it right on my knee because Mike said, yeah, you can put it anywhere on your body. So I was like, okay, I want to put it on my knee. Well, then once my knee pain went away, I put it on my low back. And I was expecting the same quick relief, 2 days, 5 days, 10 days, nothing, hadn't touched my back pain. And I was talking to Mike and I was like, yeah, I said, it totally worked on my knee, but dude, it hasn't touched my low back pain. And he's like, well, you haven't been wearing it that long. And I said, well, 10 days, which I felt was a long time because 2 days is what it took on my knee. And he's like, oh no, dude, you got to give it longer than that. So I was like, okay. So I continued wearing it. And after probably about 3 weeks, all of a sudden, my low back pain diminishes, starts going away, completely gone now. I have much more flexibility, all that stuff. You got anything you want to share?
Well, and so as you get started patching, if you're new, I would highly suggest that you make a note of everything, how you're feeling today, because I didn't do that. And I wish I would have, because I had in my mind what I wanted it to help with. And that's all I was really documenting. But then I would notice here and there different things that I was like, huh, that's funny. That's gone. I don't feel that anymore. Just like with the reduced inflammation, I always thought that was, again, my age and joints and arthritis runs in my family. So I just thought, oh, that's probably arthritis setting in. Well, no, it was a ton of inflammation. And so when that all went away, then I was able to move more. I was able to exercise. I was able to recover faster from exercise. So definitely document your journey with the patch.
Absolutely. Yeah. I tell people when they first get started, think about, because I like to under promise and really let the patch over deliver. And it's your body that's over delivering. The patch is simply reactivated, elevating the GHK copper peptide. And then that's activating your own stem cells. So it's your own stem cells that do all the work, but supports wound healing, energy and vitality. That's one thing that people notice very quickly. They either notice sleep, much better sleep very quickly. They notice more energy very quickly. And it's not stimulant energy. It's not like caffeine or anything like that. It's like that energy when you were a kid. You just could go all day. And then what does a kid do when they go all day long? When their head hits the pillow? Bam, they're out for 8 hours sleeping like a rock. And so that's what people are loving. That's what they're noticing, I think, first early is probably more energy throughout the day, and it's like mental energy too. It's like this mental clarity, which is the next one here. And that's one thing that my mom noticed a lot of. It's just, her brain was firing, so and then enhanced sports performance. Our 16-year-old son plays tennis every day, 6 hours a day in this brutal heat. Feel sorry for him, but he loves it. It's his passion, but and he plays tournaments every weekend. And this weekend he's playing in a 3-day tournament. Last weekend he played, 3 matches in one day and 3 matches the next day. And it's, and he can tell a difference at 16. Now he's young, his stem cells are firing, but it's helping him. He can notice a difference when how quickly he's recovering from his sports. And so faster recovery from exercise. Now the improved skin appearance is very big for a lot of people. After about 3 months, you start to notice, because it's producing collagen again. So those are some of the things that you can notice. Those are some of the short-term. We got some long-term stuff too that we can share with you as well. But these are some of the short-term benefits. Now, what you see here, this is a topographical map or topography. I sound all sophisticated when I say topography or topographical. I sound like I'm smart, but not really. But I'm visual, so I like this page. So this is a 77-year-old woman, and as you can see in session 1, there's a lot of red, which means not much stem cell activity, probably a lot of inflammation. That's the brain, in the brain right there. So after just 3 weeks of wearing X39, look at the difference in the color. You can see that there's some stem cell activity going on. There's definitely more probably mental clarity, brain cognitive function. You can see that happening. And then look, 3 more weeks. So 6 weeks from session 1 to session 3, just in 6 weeks, look at the difference. So there's proof right there if you need to see. I mean, this is not just anecdotal. This is not putting a patch on and going placebo. Yeah, I think it works. Yeah, I feel good. There's proof right here. You have visual proof. And so think about, I mean, this is a 77-year-old woman. She was wearing it on the back of the neck. Literally, you can wear it anywhere on the body and it will begin to reactivate your own stem cells. But this right here is visual proof for everyone that's like me, that likes visual versus reading about all the studies, because we got plenty of case studies with this product as well. So what are some of the long-term benefits per the 80 plus case studies, which you can go check all that stuff out at startx39.com. If you want to be the deep diver, if you really want to study all that, show it to doctors. They love clinical trials. They love case studies because there's proof there. It's not anecdotal. They've done the double-blind placebo study. So these are kind of some of the longer term effects. Now, long term is not first few days, but this is where it begins to reset your genes. I think we have roughly 20,000 genes in our body. So this is resetting about 45,000 genes every single day when you wear this patch. And so after about 6 weeks, that's when it really starts to balance the left and right lobes of the brain, which really starts to help with PTSD, stress, anxiety, anger, depression. So a lot of people just feel good, just mentally, just euphoric. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. So that's what happens after just 6 weeks. Now, as you see here, within 3 months, your own collagen starts getting reproduced. So, 49 and looking fine, no wrinkles on that face. I don't see any, but that's almost 12 months of wearing the patch right there. So yes. And then of course, structural integrity, muscle systems, those are all some of the things that can happen starts to happen within about 3 months. And then this is huge. This one you don't feel though. Within 6 months, in a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of wearing the X39 patch every single day. Are you going to feel your whole cardiovascular system performing at an 8-year younger age? No, you're probably not going to feel that. Just like Onyx Cole, when she started wearing it, she went back to her periodontist and, after 10 months or whatever, or 12 months of wearing the patch, and she had these like pockets in her gums, and he was like, whoa, her periodontist was like, what in the world is going on with your gums? And of course she was like, what? And it's like, your pockets have filled in by 75%. I've never seen anything like this before. So it's stuff like that. You're probably not going to feel a lot of the things that happen. So, you may start wearing it for pain relief, but then after a month, you're like, hey, it hasn't touched my pain. But trust me, there's something going on in your body that your own stem cells see as more critical. So it's actually going to go to work. Your stem cells are going to go to work first where they see something more critical. You may have a liver issue, a heart issue, a kidney issue that you don't even know about, but your stem cells see it and they start to go there first to work on that, to kind of heal, repair that, and then it will get to the pain. And that's why David said, look, you really want to give this patch 1 month per decade that you've been on this planet. So if you're 50, give it at least 5 months. If you're 70, give it at least 7 months. But now, again, a lot of people will notice some things very quickly. But if you want some true benefit, long-term benefits like you see here, give it at least 1 month per decade that you've been on this planet. Okay, so this is the website. If you want to send someone, this is where we send someone. We're not really the experts. I mean, we've done enough presentations where we kind of know all this stuff by heart now. But if you're brand new, when we were brand new, all we did was send people to Start X39 because that's got the clinical trials, the case studies, it's got the patents, it's got the testimonies, it's got everything you could possibly want to know about LifeWave X39 stem cell patches. So we just send people here, doctors, we send doctors here. We send anyone to this website so they can learn. They can do a short dive or they can do a deep dive and really get into all the case studies if that's what they like. But if you really want to send somebody to learn about the product, this is where we send every single person. We let the website do all the teaching for us. We just simply share patches with people. Once they've been to this website, if they're like, yeah, I definitely want to try these patches, then that's the next step. So we begin to share patches with them. So How do you wear it? Well, so you want to wear it for just about 12 hours on and 12 hours off. You really don't need to wear it 24 hours a day, because what's going to happen is once you put it on your body, again, it's body heat activated, and the little nano organic crystals, the salts and the sugar and everything, it's going to dissolve after 12 to 14 hours. So you really don't need to wear it more than 12 hours. And then you just, peel it off and throw it away. And the next day, put a new one on. Now, I always tell people, when you first start wearing the patch, you're not in the habit of it. So it's kind of hard to remember, especially if you stick it back here, you kind of forget about it because it's so small, you don't even realize it's there. So I tell people, maybe start by putting it right here on your chest or in your arm or something like that, to where you remember that you're still wearing it, and then you can peel it off 12 hours later and then put a new one on the next day. But I tell people, especially when they're brand new, leave it by your toothbrush. Hopefully you're brushing your teeth when you get up in the morning, and then hopefully you're brushing your teeth at night. So just put one on when you brush your teeth. That's your cue. That's your, cue to remember how to do it, and then take it off. But you want to drink plenty of water too. You want to stay hydrated. A lot of people are walking around dehydrated. And so you want to make sure that you drink water throughout the day, because that's really going to help the body work even better with these patches. So as you can see on this slide here, there are many, many testimonies. We could keep you on here all night with testimonies. I mean, crazy, miraculous testimonies. But again, God designed our bodies to heal. It wants to heal itself. And this is a tool that helps with that process. Again, it's your body that's healing itself. So this is one of the favorite parts of the presentation that I like, and I know you do too. As you can see, some visual testimonies right here, but we have two very special friends with us on here tonight that we would like to introduce to you guys and let them share what X39 has done for them, how it's given them their life back. So who are we bringing up first?
Let's bring up Mark. Mark, are you there? If you are, unmute and.
Hello, everyone.
There he is. Oh, beautiful background too.
Thanks.
All right. So share what X39 has done for you, and then we'll move on to LaShawn.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been absolutely life-changing technology and product for me. Back in January of this year, 2023, I was unfortunately in a motor vehicle accident where I suffered my airbag exploding in my face at 100 to 200 miles an hour is what they deploy at. And it ended up giving me a concussion, major whiplash by whipping my head around, and really jacked up my vertebrae, atlas, C2, thoracic, and my hips after getting x-rays in March. Got those, and that showed what was really going on, because I was really suffering. January, February ended up finding out I was truly concussed. I was trying to live life normal, and it wasn't so normal, unfortunately. And so very thankful that a friend of mine, Erica, after a business meeting, shared with me about the X39 patch and results that her mom got. LaShawn received huge benefits from it. And I'd actually known about the technology back when the company first launched 20 years ago. And so I was familiar, although I'd fallen off the radar, and very, very happy to be back on board. This product truly, so let's see, March started the product. Again, I forgot I forgot to even put it on. I was suffering from the concussion, was stumbling over words, still do a little bit. But major just headaches, nausea was the worst. Other things that the accident caused, I mean, a number of things, but some of the biggest things I've noticed so far with the X39 patch is first week, I remembered to wear it one day, forgot the next day, remember the next day, forgot it the next day. And I did that pattern for about a week. And I looked back and I was all like, why am I a bump on the log one day, major headaches, major nausea, and then the very next day, I had my energy elevated, not a bump on the log. Headaches and nausea were decreased. I'm like, what's the only difference literally was X39 patch. And it was the days I wore it versus the days I didn't that first week. So then I got consistent, started wearing it daily, and literally probably 2 weeks into it, 90% of my nausea decreased, which is huge. Excuse me a moment. And then headaches decreased by about 50%, and has continued to decrease. Now I just have some spiky ones due to biomechanical issues with the Atlas and stuff that we're trying to correct and get functioning properly. Speech has come back, become more fluid, cognitive function, and then I'd say I do therapeutic massage and wellness coaching as a profession, and so doing massage work, I typically would have to cut my fingernails, every other week. And I'd say, to me, I don't like cutting my fingernails, so cutting them weekly is kind of a pain in the butt. But it's actually, they're growing out faster and faster. I would say weekly now is how often they have to be cut. And so don't know about the hair aspect, but yeah,
Fingers crossed, right?
yeah.
Give it more time.
But we'll give it some more time and then not shave it for a while. We'll see. So yeah, it's definitely this wearable technology is life changing. It's simple, it's effective, and truly life transformative, and it flat out works.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks. We appreciate you sharing your testimony. I get to see you every week on Zoom, so I've just literally watched you transform before my eyes, and you're just brighter and your skin color is great. And like you said, the words are coming faster than, back when you first started. It's just amazing.
Yes, it is. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Don't just try it, people. Use it. Wear it. Use it. Don't just try it.
That's right.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, LaShawn, are you there?
I am. So hang on.
There you are. Well,
There you go.
Mark, great job. Oh my goodness. Yes, Heather and I have watched you transform before our eyes, and it's amazing just to get to see you each week. So I love your story. Thank you. And I love being able to tell my testimony today. And I want to start with saying thank you to David and Heather. Thank you for first and foremost saying yes to Mike and Sahi. And then David, thank you for a phone call. I want to start this off with, if y'all don't remember anything about my testimony tonight, I hope that the thing that sticks with you is that, and I've heard it said over and over and over, there's people out there praying for an answer, and you may have the answer. And so, David, I was praying for an answer.
Yeah.
I prayed 2 weeks before I got the phone call from David. I dealt with chronic neck pain issues for almost 10 years, and it was just getting worse. And I was to the point where I thought, okay, something's got to give. I'm ready to have surgery or something. I couldn't sleep at night. I had to go to sleep with muscle relaxers. It was the only way I could go to sleep. So you know how that goes. If you've been on those, you wake up in the morning feeling groggy, go through the day groggy, feeling like you don't have a whole lot of energy. And for me, I was falling asleep in the chair at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And then, going to bed knowing I wasn't going to sleep well. And so when David called, the question he asked me was, what do you know about stem cells? And I said, well, I know a little, just because a friend had had stem cell injections for his knee. And I knew that it was expensive, and that the first time he did it didn't really take. So the second time he had to do it twice. So bottom line, I guess $20,000 later, I knew that wasn't something that I was going to pursue. So when he said, hey, this activates and elevates your own body stem cells, David, you had me. It's like, yes, keep talking. So I ordered that night. And for me, David and Heather and I live in different states. So I had to wait for my patches, 5 days for my patches. But during that time, it was great because I did all kinds of research. I listened to podcasts and Zooms, and went to startx39.com and read everything I could about these patches. So by the time I received them in the mail, I was fired up and putting them on. First 5 days, I really didn't feel anything, but on that 6th day, came home with a huge headache and decided I needed to get adjusted. And when I got adjusted for the first time in 9 years, really that I can remember a full, complete adjustment, my neck popped from top to bottom, all the way down to the bottom of my spine, and heat went across my body. And it was like, oh my goodness, I finally can feel. So I knew at that point something had happened. And over the weeks, the pain just completely went away. I no longer have to go to sleep with muscle relaxers, which is a blessing in itself, because I go to sleep quickly and I dream deep, vivid dreams. So I know I'm getting into that deep REM sleep, and I wake up ready for the day. So it is life-changing. There's so much more that I've experienced with these patches. I'm right behind David and Heather. I've been patching, it'll be a year, August 5th. So the one thing I didn't expect, or really wasn't, that wasn't my concern. So just backing up, we always say 90 days. You need to patch at least 90 days. David Schmidt says you need a month for every decade that you've been alive. And so I thought, okay, 6 months for sure, but I knew I was going to do more than that. But I'm glad my point is, I'm glad I didn't stop at 6 months, because it was about 8 or 9 months when I realized that my knees were no longer popping and grinding when I walked down the stairs. And when I would walk, my knees just felt like they were going to buckle under me. So it was about the 8th or 9th month. And I went, oh my goodness, something's changed here. They're not noisy anymore, which is beautiful. I don't feel like Cinderella's stepsister walking around. And we went hiking in Colorado this summer, and I was strong. My knees were strong. I could come down the mountain without feeling like I was going to fall. So again, August 5th is my 1 year mark. I'm just looking forward to what next year is going to bring. I'm not stopping. This is just the beginning, and I know great things are ahead. So thank you. And thanks for giving me some time to tell my story.
Thank you, LaShawn. That's amazing. David Schmidt says this isn't anti-aging, it's age reversal. And so as we age, it's not that we don't want to do the things anymore. It's like when you're going up and down the stairs, you kind of like David's parents. I remember they came over to our house, and we have stairs going down to our garage, and that just kind of paralyzed them in fear of, I don't want to walk down those stairs, so this age reversal is a good thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm starting to suck my thumb at night now. I'm go back so young. No, just kidding. All right.
So
well,
funny.
thank you, LaShawn.
Thanks,
I
LaShawn.
appreciate you sharing your testimony.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, guys, I mean, obviously we could keep you on here all night. We get calls like that every day. We get text messages thanking us for sharing this product with them. And so that's from a business standpoint, this makes complete sense, because why wouldn't you want to bless someone? Why wouldn't you want to share this with someone and change not only their life physically, but even the opportunity to change their life financially or, emotionally. So there's so much that you can do with LifeWave and X39. And we kind of went over about the product, but now I want to share just real quickly about, because, there are people praying right now for something in this current economic environment that we're in. I mean, everything is so much more expensive. And so it's not only a luxury to have an additional stream of income, it's a necessity in today's market. And so we want to be able to bless someone physically with these patches, but we also want to be able to bless someone financially if that's what they're wanting to. So really, we always like to ask someone, what is freedom to you? And for me, I spoke last night on a Zoom, on Scott and Renita's Zoom, and I just said, freedom for me is being able to do what we want, whenever we want, for as long as we want, and with whomever we want. I mean, that's really freedom, but it's not just financial freedom, because as we get older, I realize that time is more valuable than money. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And so time is our most precious commodity. And with an opportunity like LifeWave, you can leverage your time. And so we're going to get into that. So be thinking about what's freedom for you, because really you're sitting here viewing probably one of the best kept secrets and probably the best opportunity that you will ever come across in your lifetime. And so I want to talk a little bit about the potential of the stem cell industry, because it is becoming very popular. I mean, you can say, hey, do you know anything about stem cell? And all of a sudden, people are starting to know about it. I mean, so they're realizing the importance of stem cell, especially when Tony Robbins writes a 700-page book about stem cell therapies. I mean, this industry is about to explode. It's about a $200 or $300 million industry. Well, I guess it's probably more than that now, because LifeWave's getting ready to do 400 million this year. So just LifeWave alone is going to do 400 million in revenue and sales this year. So, and it's expected over the next 5 to 7 years to grow to 300 billion, from 2 to 400 million to 300 billion. So the opportunity here is huge. And so what LifeWave has done is they've decided, instead of putting this patch on a shelf at GNC, where, because really this patch requires a story to be told, because if you share your story, that's naturally going to make people go, wow, I want to wear this. I want to see what it can do for me. And so LifeWave has created a compensation plan to where they're just going to reward us for opening our mouth and sharing our testimony with people. And that's going to make someone think, well, I want to wear the patches. And when they place an order, if we're the person that referred them, then the company rewards us monetarily. And so they have this, what's called a binary compensation plan. I don't want to get too much in the details of this, because you really don't need to. The business model is like Mike said, Mike Hernandez, he said, just act like a 5-year-old and walk around putting stickers on people everywhere you go. Let the product do the talking for you, because it, for a lot of people, they do feel something very quickly. But anyway, the compensation plan is simply you referring other people to this product, to LifeWave. And like I said, it's a binary. You have a left team and a right team. If you have 4 people that say, hey, I want to sign up, I want to get started, you place one on your left, one on your right. And then the next thing is, once you filled up those 2 spots, the next person has to go below one of those people. So it just grows deep to infinity, and you get to get paid on everyone that shows up below you, even if somebody else somebody above you places them below you, because this grows deep. So when you take that position, the next open position is below you. So you'll have people joining, wanting to use this product that you don't even know, but you can be compensated on them all the way up to $25,000 per week. That's $1 million a year, folks. I mean, a lot of people on here probably be like, oh, 25,000 a week. I'd love to make an additional 25,000 a year, but it is possible. We're seeing people doing it in record time. Stephen G. Merritt, Mike Hernandez. I mean, I can go down the list and name 20 couples that are doing this in record time. So, but the real big thing about this compensation plan is the matching bonus. And so I won't get too much into detail about this, but let me just share a quick little story. Let's say you personally enrolled Stephen G. Merritt. Now, I know that they have maxed out that slide that you saw before. I know they maxed out those commissions. They're beyond the $25,000 mark. So what if you enrolled them and they made $10,000 last week? Well, you're going to get a matching bonus of 25%. So they make 10 grand. And because you referred them, you make $2,500 every single week that they make 10 grand. So do you want people that you've referred making more money than you? Absolutely. You would love it if people that you referred made more money than you, because you get to get a matching bonus every single week. And then on the second tier, so let's say, you enrolled us, we made 10 grand, you make 2,500. We enroll a friend, they make 10 grand. guess what? You get 2,000. We get 2,500. You get 2,000 matching bonus. So this company will pay you ridiculously. I mean, how cool would it be? Think about this. How cool would it be if at your current job, if your annual income became your monthly income with a side hustle? Do you have a hustle muscle that you want to start using to build a second stream of income? This is the opportunity right here. LifeWave with the X39 stem cell patch. There's nothing else like it in this industry. It's not another Me Too product. It is a phenomenal opportunity for you to change not only your life physically and financially, but for you to be a blessing to other people. Because, you know, I truly believe that God wants us to be prosperous. It's pretty selfish if we just go, you know what? I just want to make enough money to pay my mortgage, to pay my car payments, to pay my bills. Well, God wants you to be prosperous so you can be a blessing to other people. You can't feed 1,000 starving kids if you only make enough money to pay your bills. You can't be the biggest tither at your church. You can't stroke a check at a fundraiser that's $100,000 short of hitting their goal if you're only paying your bills. Start thinking bigger. Start thinking, who can I bless? Who can I bless physically and who can I bless financially? Because you do that and your income will be taken care of for the rest of your life if you look at who you can be a blessing for. So this is how we share the technology. We just have these little envelopes, and when we're talking to someone, we say, hey, we're going to send you some. We put them in these envelopes. It kind of gives them a quick little what to expect, how to wear it, when to put it on, when to take it off. And of course, you got Start X39 that you can go to and learn more about it. So this is how we share the patches with potential people that, you know, we want to bless. And then, of course, you know, the 3-3-Win program, which is Build 3-3-1. If you're interested in learning about the business side of this, on how we build our business, then go to build331.com and every possible thing that you can learn about. And this is what I love about LifeWave and what Onyx Cole has done. She created this system. So we're just able to step in. All this is for free. We don't have to pay for any of this. We don't have to pay a monthly fee to have all this. We can just use it that has already been created for us. So we send everyone to Build 3-3-1 if they're wanting to learn how to build a business. Every possible step is there on what to do. Step 1 to all the way to step 9. If you want to learn how to build a business, go to build331.com and have fun, because this business is all about having fun. So hopefully what we've done tonight is we've shared enough information with you that's going to make you want to get back with the person that invited you here tonight to say, hey, I want to get started. I'm ready to jump in. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to use these patches. I already know 20 people that I could bless with this. And so the time is now to make your move. So you got to have that dream. What other options do we have right now in this current market environment? So we always like to say, do you want to be just pain-free, or do you want to be pain-free and financially free? Because that's the opportunity here that we're sharing with you tonight. So it could be one, could be both. It's up to you. So if someone has sent you this form, fill this form out and get started. You'll see different packages. You'll see bronze all the way up to diamond. Bronze is really just for an individual that wants to try it. Probably the most popular packs are the silver and gold. Silver is the better option. You're going to get a 90-day supply. So if you're a couple, then that would be about 6 weeks for both of you to be using it. Or if you're an individual, that's enough product for you to use and also to be able to share. Business builders, I would say, if you have plenty of people that you think you could share this with, then I would say get the gold package or higher, whatever you can afford. And so you fill out that form and give it back to the person, or just use their link. They may have sent you their link if they didn't send you this form. But if you have this form, I would say get it filled out and get some patches in the mail to you ASAP. All right. So let's see, moving forward. Okay, so this is it. This is where really, if you want to truly build a business, then go to thisisitconvention.com. Be there on August 18th and August 19th. We're so looking forward to this. This is going to be a blast. And they've extended the early bird pricing until August 1st. It's $150 and you get 2 days of training and 2 meals included in that. So you don't have to worry about driving somewhere and trying to find lunch and driving somewhere and trying to find dinner on that Saturday. The lunch and the dinner is included in that price. If you want to change your life, this is where it goes from your head to your heart, and you have total conviction and belief, and you come back and people feel what you've experienced, and that's what makes them want to join you and see what it's all about. So make sure you go to thisisitconvention.com, or if you get your phone, just scan that QR code right there and it'll take you right to it. Fill in your info, get your ticket purchased, and we will see you in Tampa August 18th and 19th. Fly into TPA if you're flying, or drive on over if you live in Florida or Georgia or anywhere else close enough to drive, but we're going to be flying. It's a little too far to drive. All right, but we're so looking forward to that. Okay, so we're doing these Zooms all the time. You know, we're doing it tonight on this Monday, but we have different speakers every Monday night. Steve and Gina always do Wednesday, and they crush. You want to talk about people having fun. These people are having a blast. So hop on this Wednesday. If you like what you saw tonight, then invite other people on Wednesday and let Steve and Gina speak into your people. Let Steve and Gina build your business for you. Let them talk to your people. You don't have to be the expert. Let Steve and Gina be the expert. So Wednesday nights, we've always got them doing a live opportunity. So you can see the Zoom and the call in there. You can also live on YouTube as well. So make sure you hop on Wednesday nights. And then on Thursdays, we always have, hang on, I got a little ahead of myself. So representing the West Coast, Linda Sanchez, I think she lives in California. Of course, she's going to be doing, we always do Fridays at lunch. So it's a quicker presentation. So if you got anybody that's working during the day, so they start this at 12 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be like a 30-minute quick little presentation going over the product and the opportunity as well. So there's no excuses on not being able to build this business. All you have to do is plug people into these Zooms. And so we got some live events coming up as well. As you see here, Friday, July 28th, live in Tampa. We got Steve and Gina and Jens and Cindy also that are representing the live event there. So if you're anywhere within that area, within a few hour drive of Tampa, I would say get yourself there and get your people there and let these two couples just crush your business for you. And you can see the addresses there at River at Tampa Bay. And so then on Saturday, July 29th, we've got a really cool group right there. Matt and Kim Curtis, Steve and Gina, Mike and Sahi. Those are some phenomenal speakers right there. So Sun City Center, Florida, that's on Saturday, July 29th. So make sure you can watch this live on Zoom if you want to, but if you're in the area, make sure that you get yourself there. There's something about a live event. We just had one here in Tulsa last Wednesday with Steve and Gina, Mike and Sahi. They blessed us with their presence, and it was just a blast. And so something about a live event, people really get involved with a live event. All right, so the next one is going to be live in Orlando, Wednesday, August 2nd. And that's going to be another, I mean, look at Steve and Gina, Mike and Sahi. I mean, they are relentless. I mean, they're just non-stop. You know, the great thing about this is, you know, I'm sitting here with a shirt on, but I'm in my underwear down below this. I'm just kidding. I know. But that's the cool thing about a Zoom is you can look professional. You know, like the haircut back in the 80s, business in the front, party in the back with a mullet. You know, you could do business up front and party down below in your underwear. You can sit here and build a business from your home by doing these Zooms, or you can plug people into these Zooms as well, or make sure you get yourself there. If you're anywhere in the Orlando area, get to this event and bring guests. That's the most important thing, is bring guests. That's what's going to help. So we're always doing this 90-day run because everybody can run hard for 90 days. And that's what's really going to help you take your business, your belief to the next level. So you always want to get plugged into these 90-day runs. And we're coming up, I mean, heck, you know, we're already about 60 days into this 90-day run, running to convention. This is it. So, you know, if you can go senior director by the event, then you get to go to a Saturday, I'm sorry, there's a Friday night meeting, or is it Friday night at 4:00 where senior directors and above can have a special meeting that they go to. And then, but anyway, you can plug into all these. There's always a Monday, there's always a Wednesday and a Friday at lunch. There's always a Spanish Zoom on Thursday evenings that Mike and Sahi do. So if you got any Spanish speaking people, plug them in. Hola, ¿cómo está? You know, that's what, okay, I'm not very good at Spanish.
That's the extent of your Spanish.
That's the extent of my Spanish. And so So here's some QR codes if you want to get plugged into. If you got your cell phone, you can plug in these QR codes to go to Start X39. We've got 2 different Facebook groups. We've got the Quantum Field. We've got the Quantum Field testimonies. We've got the Build. If you want to learn all about building the business, it's Build 331. And of course, YouTube. You can go to Onyx Gold Network Marketing YouTube page as well and see all kinds of past videos that all these amazing speakers have done. So scan your QR codes with your phone right now. That'll take you to different sites so you can learn and grow and build your business and go believe. Okay. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for hopping on. Now we're going to do what's called a little Monday motivation message. Okay. So thank you for staying. Look like, yeah, we still got quite a few people here. So we didn't bore too many people, I guess. But anyway, we always believe that every person here is here on purpose. You're here on this planet on purpose. God created you for a reason. And so it's time to live like it. It's time to find your passion, find your purpose. And we believe that if you're here right now, this can be your passion. This can be your purpose. And so we always do this book of the month club or book of the month, whatever. And so this month it is The Business of the 21st Century by Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. And he totally recommends network marketing. So we kind of want to go into why you would want to do network marketing. Some people are like, oh, is that one of those things? Yes, it is. And it's amazing. I mean, it's changed. There are more millionaires made in this industry than any other industry in the world because it's based on you helping other people succeed in order for you to succeed. It's not step on people to get to the top like a traditional business would be. And so the wealthiest people in the world build networks and everyone else looks for work. So that's the great thing about what LifeWave has created, about the network marketing industry, because it offers millions of people just like yourself the opportunity to build your own network rather than spend your whole life building someone else's network, which is, building like your work, your daily job, and there's nothing against a job. I mean, I believe everybody needs to work, put food on the table. But if you're looking to take your life physically, financially to the next level, you're sitting on an opportunity of a lifetime. You just have to believe in yourself. And so how can you build a network? Well, I would say the first thing you would want to do is get registered for This Is It convention, because that is a network. You're going to be able to network with Steve and Gina, network with Onyx Gold, network with Mike and Sahi, network with all the amazing leaders. So make sure that you get registered for This Is It convention. It's coming up August 18th and 19th. Go to thisisitconvention.com, because that's where you're going to start to build that network, because you want to be around people that have a bigger vision than you. And every one of these people have a huge vision for you, not just for them. They believe in you. We believe in you, and you have to believe in you. And when you get yourself to This Is It convention, that's when I said it goes from your head to your heart, and that belief level kicks in. And when you come back from This Is It convention, anyone you talk to, they feel you, they feel it, and they want to be a part of that. Everybody wants to follow someone that is passionate. And when you come back from that, you will be very passionate, because you will get to hear David Schmidt himself. He's the keynote speaker. And when you hear his belief and his passion on what he's created and what he has coming, that's when your belief level goes through the roof. And that's how you're able to build your own network without building just someone else's network at your job, someone else's dream. You want to build your dream. So start dreaming, believe in yourself. You want to add something to that?
Well, and also in the book, he talks about how network marketing is what you can duplicate. And this is the perfect way that you can duplicate this business. Like we had talked about earlier, all of this that Steve and Gina and Onyx are working on for us, if you knew the amount of work that goes into putting on this convention, you're going to get your fair share for the 150. You would actually pay more if you knew what all goes into something like this. And it helps because, like David and I, we're busy people. The people that we've signed up, they're busy people. They didn't have extra time to do another business. But what we've learned is that the busiest people do really well with this because they work it into the nooks and crannies of their life and just make it work. And so this is a weekend for us to all kind of just get out of our daily grind that we're all in and spend a weekend together and learn how to really duplicate this business, because that's how you're going to grow a big network, is by getting your people, plugging them into the system and showing them that if I can do it, so can you.
Yeah. And if you go to this event by yourself, when you are sitting there, you're going to be like, I wish I would have brought 50 people with me, because it's going to be hard to kind of bring back that excitement. They're going to see it. They're going to feel that you're excited, but to have them there. So you want to bring, if you've enrolled some people, you want to try to bring those people with you, because it's just a
Absolutely.
completely different experience in person versus a live Zoom. So, all right, everyone, that's all we've got for you tonight. I hope that we've provided some value for you. And so we just want to thank you for spending your precious time with us tonight. And we will see you on the next Zoom. Take care. God bless everyone. Remember, you are here on purpose. It's time.